We about to open up a whole can of primatology discussion. So sit your candy ass down, because it's monkey time, bitch. Gorilla Radio. Turn that shit to a reasonable volume so as to be considerate of others.
Monkeys go directly to hell.
Uh-oh.
Well, here's Greg.
Here comes trouble.
He'll tell us.
Oh, I gotta put these bubbles back on.
I'm racist.
You're racist? Can you hear Gregory?
Oh, are we recording?
Yeah, we just started, man.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, they heard that. Now all of Gorilla Radio Show knows you're racist.
Sorry,
lean
everyone.
into that, Bones. We can't lean in anymore.
Yeah, I think if we lean in any further, everybody's going to be like, these guys definitely must be right-wingers.
Well, do we want to get right into it? We already did a little bit of bullshitting.
How much bullshitting did you do?
Not a lot.
We were on for like 2
We talked about
minutes.
a school bus full of children getting toppled.
Yeah, that's about all we got to. and 90 seconds of conversation between the two of us. We already got to the situation where a school bus full of children has been toppled over,
Right.
and the children are a news item. Mm-hmm. That's actually happens in this movie. A school bus full of children does.
Does happen.
That does. Gregory, sorry.
Yo.
Greg, have you seen the movie?
I have watched, I'm going to say 65% of the movie.
You motherfucker! Me and Shannon
I
are
had
taking.
I had to pirate it! I had to pirate it, and it had Chinese fucking subtitles, okay?
Motherfucker, you missed the whole point of the movie! You missed the whole twist!
I did some skipping around, and I've read the goddamn story, dude!
Okay, fair enough, but still.
I know how it works, and I like this movie, just like all Stephen King novels, is mid.
Look, you can't enjoy movies. You don't have it in you.
He's not.
I enjoy tons of movies. I enjoy tons of movies, but this would be getting, if I had a letterboxd, it would be getting a 2-star.
That's crazy.
So welcome to episode 73. We did it in reverse this time. Normally we do a serious episode on the main feed and then a movie episode in the bonus, but now we're doing a serious episode in the bonus and movie episode in the main.
I'd like to kick this entire episode off by letting all the viewers at home know today is 2 weeks since my beloved 18-year-old cat Ozzy moved on to the next world. If you have a Polaroid of Ozzy, cherish it. Say hello, because I mailed out all the good ones. I only kept the shit ones that I couldn't mail out. So cherish your photos of Ozzy, please. All right? And then moment of silence. I can hear Nutter Butter.
That's corn dog.
I was gonna say corn dog is interrupting. He wants us to be his moment.
Corn dog is calling out to Ozzy on the other side.
So true.
Yeah,
but yeah,
that's why I finally missed an episode. Everybody, 3 fucking years of this podcast. That was the first time I missed an episode.
Yeah, but on the bright side, it was a really good episode without you.
On the bright side, my cat died, and my car on the same day.
Oh,
are you still driving a rental or no?
No, I got my car back last week.
Right.
Shout out a warranty.
Yeah,
is that the same Ford Escape that? No, this is a new one, right?
This is a different one.
How many Ford Escapes are you gonna break down on the side of the road?
Oh,
learn your lesson to stop buying Fords.
When this car is paid off, I am buying a 2006 gold, you know the shade, Toyota Camry.
Okay.
And I am going to drive it until the heat death of the fucking universe.
Yeah, that's fair.
I am so tired of these goddamn Fords. Since I turned 16, 11 years ago, I am on my 5th Ford.
Yeah, no, I've had. This is my second Toyota, and the first one my mom is still driving.
Let's nothing good's happening in the world, so let's get into this.
Yeah, let's get into the monkey.
Stephen King,
so what do you hold on? First of all, what do you mean by you skipped around? Where you're just like, this part's boring. Let me fast forward.
Yeah.
What part of the movie was boring enough?
There were some boring.
I've read the book. I probably skipped in total. I probably skipped 25 minutes of film because I was like, oh, this is from the book. And then they ended the movie different than the book.
Oh.
They kind of cheapen it. They made it cheaper than the book was.
Okay,
and the book wasn't very good, but they did make it cheaper.
I actually didn't read the short story, so can you tell me how it was different? Well, by the way, everyone, spoiler for this old fucking Stephen King story, by the way.
Yeah, that came out in...
Nothing he writes is good.
Nothing he writes is good.
It's all... Every Stephen King story is like a very thinly veiled fetish, and I just don't care. And I also think horror as a genre should be banned.
Oh my god. Two things about this movie-going experience. One, me and Chandra kept turning to each other and saying, Stephen King, the great American author, the great American writer.
Every fucking
he's so bad.
Plot beat. But the thing is, it's so bad, but it's so good.
It's good because it's like dog shit, and it's
the real beauty of this whole thing is that Stephen King in the 70s and 80s, he had already created, perfected, and mass-produced what we would now call slop. All right, because he has churned out 1 million short stories that suck. That somehow get a film adaptation,
but now they loop back around to being camp because there's so much other worse slop being put out. Right?
It's a stupid goddamn movie.
It's really funny that they had to change it from cymbals to a drum because of a Toy Story copyright.
Because of woke.
Because of woke, right? But.
It's like the ending of the movie in the book. He throws it into the lake, and the lake almost kills him, and then it's there, and then there's a little premonition. It's stupid. All right, the way the book ends is also stupid. The way the movie ends, it's better than the way the book ends, I guess. But it's not true to the story. It kind of messes with, I think, the overall theme that the monkey comes back.
Well, every good Stephen King film adaptation changes something fundamental about the stupid fucking way that the story ends. Like The Shining.
Yeah, because he couldn't write an ending. Can we just stop for a minute?
Kubrick was one of the greatest directors of all time because he made The Shining into a good movie.
What's wrong with my hair?
What's going on with it?
Nothing. I just haven't done anything to it in a little while.
Is it?
Yeah, it's getting
are the tips of it? Yeah, you got a salt and pepper thing going on.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to figure out if it's the light blonde. Or if it's like the blonde that's coming out of the end.
My hair is still blonde. I haven't. I was gonna bleach it today, but I got tired and I didn't do it.
Okay.
I got bleach tips. Are you mouthing slurs at me?
Well, Donald Trump is president.
Well, Donald Trump is president. First of all, let's get that out of the way. So yes,
are you typing slurs in the chat right now? Are you calling me slurs in the chat? You can't say.
We're doing Doge cuts to the pod, everyone.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
government efficiency has.
All three of us have been laid off.
Yeah, ever since USAID funding got cut, we've been really running.
Next week we'll be reinstated, but this week we are laid off.
Yeah, we're getting owned by the chuds, unfortunately.
Yeah. All right, get back into your fucking. You're the one who had this was your idea, so I'm sure you've got a whole spiel planned, don't you?
I guess I just wanted to talk about the movie to lighten.
Yeah, we can talk.
Lighten up around here a little bit, for God's sake. We've been doing nothing but talking about the world going to shit.
Nothing to smile about in my life.
Nothing to smile about in my life, except the monkey.
I got a final fucking interview next week.
Yeah, all right. Well,
and then I can get down there and
oh my God,
your shit, man.
What? Holy shit. Okay. All right.
I want the tip of your shit to touch my diaphragm.
God.
See, the reason why the movie was so good for me and Austin because this is what we were doing to each other in the back of the movie theater.
Right. I will say,
were there other people in the theater with you?
There were a lot of people in the
so
theater
many people, actually.
It was a packed house. It was because we were on a Friday night. the weekend after opening.
Okay, so like the whole theater was like laughing at everything that happened in the movie, obviously, because it's fucking funny.
Yeah, it's corny. Like Stephen King is corny.
Yes, we love Cordy. He's a great American writer.
We should let him be president.
But at some point, halfway through the film, this guy
this guy
turns around and is like, because there's like a bunch of high school kids walk in right when the movie starts for some reason.
Of course they did.
Yep.
Yeah. And they're like cracking jokes
12.
during a quote unquote serious part of the movie, and
Which
like
part?
this dad in a
Which
road
part?
the part when like he's talking to his estranged son in the car after like while they're trying to leave the town or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, there's that scene that's like very obviously about. Is it cliche to say something's about alcoholism in a Stephen King story? Because everything's about alcoholism. A little
Yeah,
bit.
Yeah, that's basically all of the story.
The whole thing. I got evil shit. I'm bringing with you. People were cracking up at that part.
He should just be like Stephen King. Have a beer.
Have a beer, man.
No,
Actually, don't do that.
What do you mean?
No, don't do that. No,
Do
but
it, pussy.
well,
I
that
hope
does
you're
remind
listening.
me.
You can have just one, dude. Just have one, Stephen.
No. So, I mean, that does remind me though of like, remember our last movie episode about what's his face? I don't even remember his fucking name anymore. Robbie Williams. He has
Robbie.
that song "Me and My Monkey," where the monkey is a metaphor for his drug addiction.
The monkey
is this
is
a
his
common
tulpa.
thing to call like an addiction a monkey? Like, is that what a monkey on your back comes from?
Oh no,
Is
but
that different?
that's probably racist.
I don't know. I hope not.
Hold on, I'll just Google it.
Mm,
Monkey on my back origin.
I'm not gonna say anything right now.
Oh
let that
no,
keep
never
saying
mind. You're right.
No, it's
you're
a
right,
problem
you're right.
that someone cannot easily get rid of. Like,
Yeah,
an
you're right. You're
okay.
right. It's an addiction thing.
Okay, so
Oh.
yeah.
Although this
that-
seems like a
okay.
made-up source.
Well, I don't know, but it's a lot of songs and movies refer to alcoholism or drug addictions more generally as, you know, a monkey on your back.
Yeah.
I've never heard this phrase before, but you know what? We're opening up new. fields.
Suddenly, the alcoholism metaphor becomes even more obvious in this movie. But like, why did he make it so funny? If he wanted to,
yes, I think
he is such a cornball, man.
I know. I love him. Honestly, we need more. We need liberals back. I miss liberals.
Stephen King is so corny all the time until you get to that one weird pedophilic orgy in it.
I don't think about that, man. I don't think about that, man.
That part was
I don't know.
weird.
I understand its shock value, but it's like, you know, But
I don't want to be buried in the pet cemetery. We should watch Pet Cemetery. It's a good movie. It's not. It's like this, but like
yeah, I was gonna say, what do you
Stephen
mean
King
it's a
story.
good movie? You just said you didn't like Stephen
But it's
King.
goofy. It's goofy in a
This
more
one's also
like
goofy.
no. That Pet Cemetery is goofy and like it's like Gremlins.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's like
I've never
that.
seen Gremlins.
What?
You ever seen Gremlins?
I haven't seen Gremlins.
Why
What
haven't
can I
you seen
say?
Gremlins?
Crazy.
Well, I don't know, man. I've never come around the
What are you,
experience.
stupid?
I've never come
What are
into
you,
the experience.
useless?
I've never come
What
into
are
the
you-
experience of watching.
What are you, a
Gremlins.
waste of human space?
When I was a child, my parents would put on
Did not afford me the opportunity to experience.
they would put on the
Gremlins.
Gremlins for me, and I would get so scared. Except the part where Gizmo is like punching the punching bag to get stronger. Then I was like, yeah, beat
Speaking
him.
of-
And then when the other
speaking,
Gremlins come back on, I'm like, oh.
Speaking of dead pets, can you tell your mom I've seen Ozzy like twice?
I will let her know.
Oh yeah, it
I'll
did.
It did work. It did freak me out.
What worked?
For the next few days, things were very strange for Greg.
Oh.
Very
Yeah.
strange for Greg.
Can we just take it aside
She
to
opened
say
your
that?
asshole up.
But Chandron's mom did a Pentecostal style laying of the hands on me because for those of you who've been listening to the show for the last 3 years, you'll know that on occasion, Greg seems to be able to see the deceased.
Ghosties.
And Chandron's mom did a thing to me. Still not sure what. Still not sure how to parse it.
Healing.
She did some shit to me. She did a laying of the hands, where I saw some shit. And then she was like, yeah, things might be weird for you for the next few days. So, drink a lot of water. And then things were indeed weird for me for the next few days. And they are still weird. And I feel different. Still feel different.
But good different?
Good? Well, man, I don't want to sound too woo-woo. So you're going to have to bear with me here. Because I'm going to try and unwoo-wooify this very woo-woo feeling I have.
Okay.
I feel like there's something that's missing. Like there was something I was carrying that was with me that's not with me now.
Yeah.
And that's an interesting feeling to have because it was, I don't know what the best way to explain it. Did you ever get a feeling when you were a kid, or even now, when you're home alone, that you're not by yourself, that there's something watching you?
Uh-huh.
Have you ever had that feeling?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
I have that feeling all the time. Like, not in like a schizophrenic way, but like when I'm alone, I always feel like there's always something else that, like, it's not just me by myself most of the time.
Yeah.
And ever since then, I am not feeling that.
Yeah, that's a clearing, man.
Yeah.
The thing. Okay, so it's like,
Is this the public episode?
This is the public episode.
Okay.
You hang on to things for longer than you
It's
realize.
Stephen
you do.
King. We can talk about this.
Yeah, the great American writer.
Great
You
American
hang on
writer.
to things a lot longer than you think you do, and sometimes they're not bad things, sometimes they're not good things.
Yeah.
But they're things that you hold on to, and like, it's like, whoa, I didn't even realize that I was like holding that for so long, and it's like, maybe.
So a few things. First, I'm going to try and explain to you, the viewer at home, what it is that I saw when Chandran's mom did the thing. Okay? So this involved me, like, essentially meditating in a chair for a while, and trying to clear space and think about this specifically. And then Chandran's mother, like, literally put her hand on top of my head.
I will
Don't say it.
To pull shit
I
out.
won't say it.
But Austin was going to say his bald ass head.
Oh, my bald ass head.
Well, no, because I saw that part happen, and I like turned to someone and was like, "What do you think? Do you think she likes how it feels?" Sorry, continue.
Anyway. And then at first, the object here is to imagine a bright, like a golden, like bright light kind of washing down over you. And so what I saw, like what was in my head, was that light was a bright light. And I'm like, imagine kind of vaguely looking through it to like just open sky beyond, not really anything blue, but just like that's the sky out beyond that. And I did that for a while. And then while she was doing her thing, I started to feel a little strange. Okay. Just like a little, like my chest felt a little crackly. Like there's something going on like in my back up into my chest. Like not bottom to top, but from the back of me to the front of me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
like it's being lifted out of you, chest.
Like it's like
from your chest.
Like something is attached to my spinal cord and is being pulled out through my sternum.
Yup. Yeah. That's
demons are attached to the spine.
And
I don't know if they're demons, but they're things.
While that was going on, golden light started to show me something the fuck else. So passing in front of the golden light, and if you try to imagine yourself in space as like you're in that space and that light is like physical coming down in front of you, imagine if in between the light and my face, shadows started passing straight up, like from like below where I couldn't see, straight up in front of me, and they were faces. There were faces in them, and they were moving very quick. And this is such a goofy thing because I know they all thought it was funny when I said it before. The closest thing I can give you to like an image of what that may look like is like, go pull open some soul sand in Minecraft. Like it's that like kind of distorted face.
Yeah.
Kind of being pulled straight up past my head. And that happened for, I'm going to say, a solid 45 seconds.
Oh, fuck, dude.
That's I don't think it'll large, but I think the vortex of whirling, agonized souls from the first act of Berserk was inside of you.
It's legit. Listen, okay, yeah. I'm also all about the demons and the spirit wuju. I've seen demons before.
So
I've
that
experienced
happened
it for a few minutes at a time.
It was deeply unsettling. I will say it was deeply unsettling because I'm going to be honest, Chandra, and I went into that experience going, there's going to be some woo-woo bullshit. None of that happened to me, right?
Yeah.
I'm better than this.
Okay.
Because I doubt, like, I've doubted, like, my ability to see dead people my whole life.
Yeah.
Because it makes you feel crazy. And then that happened. And then I felt permanently different, and I still feel different like almost a month later. So there may be something to this. But the other thing, all right, the second thing I wanted to talk about real quick was that I may have a little bit better control over it now. Like over my ability to do things.
Dude, you got like your potential unlocked like a Elder Guru.
So
you got
I live in the grand frozen fucking north, all right? But like it's rural, but it's dense enough where you're never not really in a town. And so the night that Ozzy died, all right, we're on our way home, and I'm trying my damnedest to A, hold it together, but B, talk to Ozzy. Okay? I'm like, I can see dead people. I should be able to use this somehow, right? And so I like did my personal little prayer for it. And then I just tried to relax and open myself up to the experience. And I'm maybe doing that for 2 or 3 minutes. And Jaden turns to me while we're driving and says, I've never seen a moose up here. And I swear to God, I go around the corner, there's a fucking baby moose standing in the middle of the road. Just like I had to stop. Like we had to stop because it's right there. And I was like, oh, motherfucker, is that Ozzy in there, man?
Why a moose?
Because then I felt weird. And then I went home, and then like the next day, I saw him in the house with us.
Yeah.
Jaden, we were sitting on the bed, and because Ozzy had a spot that he would be in between our pillows. That's where he slept. And so we're sitting there and we're talking about something. And I see him. Clear as fucking day. Not like a shade, not like dimmed out or fuzzy. Like I see him. Hop up on the pillow, walk across it, and sit down in his spot.
Yeah.
Like in like maybe this is like a second and a half. Like I just see him do it. And I like dead stop. And I don't say anything to Jaden yet. Because Jaden's like, what is happening? And I'm like looking at the spot, and I go, like, where's Freya, right? Because that's the only other black and white cat. Maybe she just walked across the bed. I guess you don't really know the layout of my house. But, like, from our bedroom, we can see the radiator in the living room. She's sound asleep on that motherfucker. Not her. I saw Ozzy. And then it's happened. Like, it keeps happening to me. I keep seeing him. Like, he's in the house with me. Because I don't shut it off, I guess. I'm not really shutting it off. I'm, like, trying to get him to show up. But, I seem to have maybe a little bit more, like, recourse, maybe, with it.
That's
I don't know. I haven't tried to talk to any dead people, though. I kind of want to.
About that.
I mean, it sounds like you've been able to change this experience into a tool for managing grief, in my opinion.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I'm probably hallucinating low key.
No, I meant that in a positive way. Like it's a good thing.
You're coping so well.
I will say it is quite distressing though. Every time it happens, it doesn't happen like every day, but it's happened. Like he's been dead for 2 weeks, and it's probably happened 3 times. Every time it happens, if I tell Jaden gets so upset because Jaden's like, "Why can't I see him?" And I'm like, "I don't fucking know. Honestly, I don't know. I don't want this thing. I just have it." So I don't know. And Jane's like, well, can you help me see him? I went, no. I know as much as you. You talked to her for longer than I did.
Yeah.
I will say, I obviously at this party, because I live here.
He wouldn't have been invited otherwise, folks.
Yeah. So many people were getting their energies read just left and right by your mom. I didn't want to do it because I don't know. I feel like if
There's a fucking darkness following you, buddy.
Well, there is that, but I feel like I don't want to grant it any legitimacy by
Why not?
But also, I feel like
I just tell Austin my mom's done the work, and he's like, "Okay, cool, awesome, great. I'm glad your mom's taking care of that."
Yeah, wait. Why do you not want to grant it legitimacy because you're afraid of what that might mean?
I don't know. I feel like if I
do
feel
you
like if
believe
you just
in God?
I feel like if I ignore it, it doesn't matter.
Answer my question. Do you believe in God?
When I was 12 and on YouTube, I found too many atheist videos, and I've just never been able to get past that. Like when I was 12, I was just like, "Oh,
you found
shit!"
The epic Richard Dawkins people.
There's nothing And then I just like, all right, I guess
nothing
so.
matters. Yeah,
No.
dude, I read notes from
Let's
the
go
underground.
murder!
I'm gonna kill myself.
Dude, I don't believe in God. Let's go murder.
Let's go kill.
Yeah, but so I don't know.
You can only believe. You can only not
But-
believe in God until everyone
But
comes back.
the broader point I was making here is that this movie did resonate with me a little bit, not just because there's a monkey, but that is a big part.
But that the monkey's trying to kill you, and that monkey is a metaphor for life.
Yes, actually, no, because the monkey never actually harms the person turning the key. It just like murders random people around that, and I feel as though that has happened to me a lot, and I mean that literally. Like people keep dying around me. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, I really do think you should probably do something about that, because I do think if that happens to you one more time, you're gonna like not be okay.
I think it
keeps
makes me
happening
more
to you.
interesting though.
I think you
Keep it
have
mystique.
like it's like you've got the Death Note or something.
Yeah, no, but like
There's literally a monkey on Austin.
All I can imagine is Peter Griffin doing the Death Note thing, right?
The laugh.
oh yeah, one of the
when
guys
the movie
in that...
ended. No, hold on. When the movie
Sorry.
ended and the bowling ball smashes into Bill's head,
Right.
you lean over to me and just say,
Peter, the monkey's here.
and,
Because that bowling ball says Lois.
Beautiful.
I laughed way too loud, but it was good.
Oh my god, what was that other moment where you were the only person laughing at it, but you were laughing so fucking hard? It was like early in the movie
When
too.
I remember this because it happened again when I watched the movie sober.
Yeah.
last night.
Chandra was high on the first viewing, then sober on the
yeah.
second viewing, and now
I can't
high.
believe you watched this shit twice.
FYI, okay, I you know what? Here's the deal. So when I watched it the first time really high on Friday night, crowded theater, I had a great time. I was laughing the whole way through. When his uncle whatever his name is,
Ruckus.
Oh, it was
No.
at the funeral when
Yes.
it pans to his fucking sideburns.
at the funeral when Bill stands up.
Only person laughing really, really hard. It was like,
So it's like a deep moment where little Bill stands up like,
Mhm.
Mom, wake up, Mom. I love you, Mom. Come back to us, Mom. Then he sits down and it slowly bends over the people sitting next to him. And it's his aunt and his uncle with these crazy ass sideburns making the most insane, like puckered lips, sour grape face at the kid. He's like, I burst out laughing. Out loud. Could
Only
not
person
contain-
laughing.
Only person in the theater to laugh. And then the next scene
is
He-
also him.
it's also him revealing himself in the shot. You get a better close-up look at the sideburns, and he's like in his underwear, and I'm saying like, "Sorry, man, me and your aunt are swingers."
Oh yeah, one of the like high school people next to I don't know if they were high school, but they
Yeah, the
younger
high school
a young couple
cheerleaders?
next to us.
Yeah,
A young couple sitting next to us. The girl turns to the guy and it's like, "What's a swinger?"
Is this the couple sitting next to you?
And he just saw Vietnam pass right in front of his eyes.
But
They're bad people, honey.
it was really funny.
Just cheat. Poly people, invalid. Bisexual people, you're on thin fucking ice.
What are
This
you
is
talking
true.
about, man? I don't think so. But
What's the equivalence there in your mind that bisexual people are unfaithful, Greg?
No, everybody's a little gay. If you have to give yourself a label about it, shut the fuck up.
Greg is taking the modern position of every human is actually bisexual and straight people
They
are
are.
faking it. And
We
so gay
all are.
people.
No, it's just how human sexuality works.
we need straight genocide. Anybody who, if you put a gun to their face and I'm straight, should be shot. That's how, and then we can get rid of all the dishonest people in our society. We can get rid of all the fucking liars in our society. Straight genocide, folks.
Anyway,
Okay,
that whole
so-
joke was just for Jacob. I hope you're listening, bitch.
So what were we? Oh yeah, the high school cheerleaders that were just like never explained, but always following around and cheering whenever there was a dead body. That was also a really funny bit.
Great.
That's
I
in the
like
book
that.
too.
Yeah, is it explained in the
Nope.
book? Is there no?
Nope.
Okay.
Doesn't need
It's
explanation.
just
Man.
a
The Great American
Poorly,
Fire.
poorly disguised fetish.
What is it a fetish?
Everything.
Okay,
Everything
hold
he
on.
writes is.
The
First off,
cheerleaders were not a
all art is a poorly disguised fetish.
Sure.
Write that down.
Okay, yeah, I believe this now.
I believe you, but also the part of this movie that did feel like a fetish was the high school, middle school girls who were bullying Hal. In the beginning of the movie.
Yeah. What the fuck?
That was weird.
That was a weird moment in the
That was
theater.
weird.
I will say.
No, that happened twice.
pedophile. Write that down. I know I will be proven correct.
Still, when Donald Trump finally releases the Epstein files, oh brother.
Oh no, Uncle
Hey,
Steve.
Steven.
I believe Uncle Steve is an upstanding man.
One of
who
these
has struggled
two
with things
theories
in his
will age poorly.
And I believe that, we love good old Uncle Steven.
I can't wait till they catch Jon Favreau.
We need more liberals like him.
They're gonna get Favreau next.
They're gonna get Favreau next. He's also a good liberal uncle guy.
Yep.
Surely nothing bad will happen with him either.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we do Uncle Ruckus voice? Are we allowed to do Uncle Ruckus voice?
No, I don't think we are. I don't think we're allowed to do
If we
Uncle Ruckus.
don't say slurs.
No.
I still think you're not. Well, because
it.
it's also not clear what you're
equivalent.
doing if you're not doing the slurs.
This game B.
Yeah, I don't know. The monkey.
I love the Boondocks so fucking much.
I do too, but I never laugh at any of the jokes because they're not. Funny to laugh at.
I
take notes.
It's so funny.
I nod stoically.
It's so funny. I have been like watching it like an episode or two every week, like so I can really savor it. And I just watched the fucking Exorcism episode last night. It's so fucking good. It's so funny.
What's so funny about it, Greg? What do you find funny? Greg, comically loud gulp.
You know the part.
But
yeah.
This
Read!
I never got around to explaining this fully, but during that scene where he's like in the car talking to his estranged son, and it's like supposed to be a little bit of a more serious note of the movie. Some kids are like shouting, not even that loud. They were closer to us than they were to this guy, and I didn't mind at all. And this guy in a row ahead of us stands up, walks over, and says, "Can you guys stop? We can't hear the movie. Save it for after the movie."
Yeah, he says, "Can't you guys wait till after the movie?" He's really mad about it.
He's like a real
old man. His wife or somebody who's next to him like pats him on the shoulder, like, "Yo, you can calm down. It's okay."
There is nothing in this movie that warranted that reaction. There is nothing that's
in any Stephen King movie that warrants fucking anything, man. Honestly, like, oh god,
what if there's like, I wish I could remember the exact part, but it's like during some part where it's like, Hal Sheldon is falling into a hypnotic loop trance with the monkey, and he's getting his head cut off by Fortnite monkey. They should put that monkey in Fortnite.
That would be good. But again, Toy Story owns the copyright for some fucking.
How do we get ourselves put in Fortnite? They'll put anybody in that motherfucker.
You have to sign a contract.
You have to
with
be.
some guys
you have to be really famous, or you have to win a Fortnite tournament, which maybe we can
sell your soul.
Let's win a Fortnite.
Maybe
tournament.
we can win a Fortnite tournament. Demon. Let's squat up. Let's get Ed in here.
Just say one of Demon's name, and it'll come to you.
Yeah, you have to offer a blood.
There's many biblical demons. Which one?
Whichever one you think is going to be your best.
Also, I gotta say, it's real crazy. Don't say it a third time. It's real crazy.
Sorry. I already did say it a third time.
Seriously. Oh my fucking god! All right. Stay away from me, man.
Sorry, I can't get much more cursed though. You know what? I'll take that back. That's fine.
Thank you.
Anyway, your mom knows way too many of the biblical angels. It threw me off.
Oh, she knows them all, yeah.
Was she listening?
I know. Yeah, she scared the shit out of me with that. She started saying shit that like only somebody who like went to Catholic school should know.
She knows them all, baby.
I know.
All the way up and down. She knows which ones to call all the time.
She also knows the demons.
Mm-hmm.
She knows their names.
I will say I really appreciate that this movie is going to raise the stock of our organ grinder monkey episode.
Yup.
That one was called The Organ Grinder, Not the Monkey. This one can be called The Monkey,
Not the organ grinder.
Not the organ grinder.
We don't
That's
need
true.
the organ grinder.
I'm realizing I'm getting really close to just needing the monkey.
Just needing the monkey.
Like if I get some sun,
Oh, is that like
I just need the monkey.
facial hairstyle?
Yeah.
Or I look like a Turk.
Yeah, that you could do the monkey.
If I got a little more slovenly, I'm a Turk.
Naturally a sloth. No, I'm not gonna say that.
Naturally a slothful people.
Is that okay? Is that what that facial hairstyle is called?
What are you
Because
looking at?
my father always called it a Fu Manchu, but now I'm realizing that might be racist.
That's very racist,
Fu
and also that's for
Manchu is-
Chinese people.
It's like the long Chinese.
Yeah, the Fu
mustache,
Manchu,
like
the
wizard,
Fu Manchu's
monk,
Chinese master mustache.
or
Okay, well,
No, I have what I like to call the. This is
it's a comic book character.
This is the Omni Man.
Yeah, you do kind of have an Omni Man going on. The racist curse of Fu Manchu. But okay, anyways.
I almost, I did the thing today by accident because today my job we ordered lunch, and when it came, like I knew what I ordered. When it came, I helped carry the stuff inside, and I went, "It's nice." I just didn't know it would be Chinese, and nobody got it. But I was just like, why did I just say that out loud? Like,
dude, I did.
You thought
something-
you're a Vermont liberal who had probably
they
just
are
gotten
not
back
liberals,
from
brother.
Oh well, I was
The
gonna say
people I work with are Vermont MAGA freaks.
I see. So
Yeah.
they weren't at the JD Vance protest in Vermont.
No, everybody in Vermont. See, this is the deal. Most of the people of Vermont are extremely poor and extremely right wing. They just don't vote.
Real as
good
fuck.
for
We
them.
love voters.
And this state is run by hippies who are also. The state is run by old hippies who are also extremely right wing. The only thing about them that's not right wing, actually, they're more like left libertarians, I guess. They just want fucking weed. They want no housing. They want no economic policy whatsoever. They want no new people. They want no schools. They want no fucking roads. They don't want public utilities. They don't want fucking anything here. Meanwhile, apparently there was an election yesterday because in Vermont, the first Tuesday in March is town meeting day, which I thought was just some bullshit. No, they have a fucking election. They passed 4 new fucking taxes yesterday in my town.
Awesome.
Do you know how much I'm taxed here every fucking day? It's making me a right winger. What am I paying for? Nothing. Now
Well,
there's a 1%
what's
extra
gonna be
tax
great?
on everything you buy in the city limits.
You know what's going to be great though, Greg, is when Canada shuts off your power grid in retaliation.
And my
for
electric
tariffs.
bill, which is already the highest per capita in the country, goes up further. So
Yeah,
the
yeah,
American average for kilowatt hour of power, which is how it's fucking measured, is $17 a kilowatt hour. Normally, that's why everybody's electric. You use maybe 4 or 5.
This is how I win.
In
Rolling
Vermont,
blackouts in the New England area. Drive
In
everybody
Vermont.
down south, and my house skyrockets in value.
yeah, the average
It's
cost in America,
college
And
is
it
$17.
also
$17.
kills Stephen King, who is
It
in New
also
England.
kills Stephen
Mhm.
King, who lives in Maine, like this movie.
as
Right.
he should. He
As
should die up
every
there.
Stephen King
Now, here's the deal.
story does.
Electricity in Vermont is $20 kilowatt hour. So for my
I don't know
1-bedroom
what that
apartment,
means, low-key.
for my 1-bedroom apartment that's 800 square feet, costs almost $200 a month to have the power on
That's like how much it costs to have this whole house.
for your whole goddamn house.
My whole
Yeah.
big
And
ass house,
in Utah,
And y'all be
even
leaving the
heat-
lights on.
We leave the lights on.
In Utah, in the heat of summer, it wouldn't even get that close, and it was 100 degrees outside. The electric here is crazy, and Vermont, they're like the Germans. They fucking shut down their nuclear power plant a decade ago. So now
Oh
Vermont
yeah,
only
that is the
produces-
worst part about hippies.
They're
is that
hippies. They're
is that they
anti-nuclear.
fucking hate nuclear power.
You know what? We
So
paid
Vermont-
$100
Why don't you fucking kill
for
yourself?
to power this whole house last month
It's $146.
$112.
It's $146 for my power bill this month
for your apartment.
for my apartment.
So
Anyway, hold on. Vermont, because they shut down the nuclear power plant, only produces 1/4 of the electricity that it uses. The remaining 75% comes from Ontario and Quebec. Because it doesn't come. It doesn't. Yeah, because it doesn't come from New York. Because New York is also importing that power, and it sure shit don't come from New Hampshire or Maine because they are in the same fucking boat. So if they do that, my power bill is probably going to average out to about $400 a month minimum. This place is hell.
Escape that place.
Oh, if I get this job on Monday, I might. Depends on how much they'll pay.
Don't listen to Stephen King. There is nothing cute or romantic about New England. Get out now.
This movie is about how evil New England is, though.
Yeah,
the reason all of America's greatest poets were from up here and then killed themselves is because of the environment.
Yeah.
This
is why all the South Carolina writers become like romance novelists.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be 50 degrees next week for the first time since October tomorrow.
Ooh, okay.
Nice. It was 70
and then everything's
degrees
gonna flood. And then everything's gonna flood.
Oh,
there's 2 feet of snow on the ground.
Cool. So back to the monkey, though. I will say
they pulled a dead body out of the river. I'm not done yet. They pulled a dead body out of the river yesterday.
That happened in the movie.
Yeah, because there's a tent. There's a tent city in my city.
Oh my god! Speaking of tents, sorry. That scene in the movie where the guy gets trampled by the horses. I was laughing so fucking hard.
The sideburns uncle getting trampled by the wild deer horses.
The comedic timing of this movie is so fucking funny.
Impeccable.
Yeah, really good.
It's hilarious if that's what you're viewing it for.
And part of the thing was that it wasn't at first. It was going to be funny.
We didn't know, so it was all the funnier.
I was like scared. I took an edible and I was like, "Fuck, should I not take an edible? Is this going to be kind of scary?" Nope. I start cracking up immediately, and like we're like slowly realizing, oh wait, this is silly.
This is serious.
But it was a fun movie to discover.
The first 10 minutes, I was like thinking to myself, I feel like this movie is like trying to be camp but failing. But then I realized, okay, no, it's actually just really funny.
We got to get you on some supplements so you come more.
Huh?
You're gonna start taking some zinc, Greg? You take zinc, Greg?
Some zinc. I don't take zinc, but I mean it's in my multivitamin that I'm taking right now.
Oh, I see.
I gotta start taking more zinc. I'm gonna start coming buckets.
Okay. Well,
we gotta get you on some zinc, man, because a twink that could come a lot, you're a hot commodity.
We could make a lot of money.
What are you talking about, dog?
we could
turn your ass out.
We could literally milk you for hundreds of thousands of dollars.
They love it on BlueSky.app.
We gotta get you on the milking table.
I didn't take a lot of notes during this movie, but
he's trying so hard. You miss me, buddy?
I thought it was I thought it was funny that the monkeys smile. Something very funny about that. I don't know, but I'm realizing
Family Guy monkey smile.
Well, I'm pretty sure that is actually just what the toy. Because I looked this up after the movie because I was like, oh man, I bet those the original toys are being resold for like $300 on eBay right now, and they were. It was made by a Japanese company in like the 1930s or something.
So it was definitely made with racist intent.
Maybe. But yeah,
buddy, they're still building cars with racist intent over there.
No, it's not an organ grinder monkey. It's called like Symbol Monkey. I forgot what the name of it is.
It's a symbol monkey.
It's called the Jolly Chimp.
Called, is it not?
Oh,
Yamani.
Yeah, it's
what was
the company that made it? Can you pull up the Wikipedia page for this thing?
It was made by Louis Marx and Co. in 1932. It was called Hoppo, the waltzing.
Well, no, that was the precursor. That was the.
Oh, okay. Yeah, here I can just read this to you real quick because it's in kanji. Musical Jolly Chimp.
Louis Marx and Co.
No, I would just fucking did this, Chandran. It's the Kuramochi Company.
Manufacturing.
Also Bandai.
It's always fucking Bandai.
There's 4 companies in Japan.
There are 4 companies in Japan.
Japan is 4 companies in a fucking national trench coat.
Yeah, and they're all they all just made airplanes in the war.
I really can't get over the fact that my little rental car that I had all week was a Mitsubishi Oh man, Mirage. Mitsubishi
You loved
Mirage.
it? It was
And
amazing?
it was actually, if it had a bigger engine in it, it would have been really fun because it's a little hatchback. But the entire time I'm driving it, and it feels cheap inside. Like, you're getting like a cheap car, and you're like, this is a cheap fucking car.
Oh, yeah.
The whole time I'm driving around, I'm like, I can't believe these people made the fucking Zero. Like, like Mitsubishi made like one of the greatest fighter aircraft of all time. I'm driving this thing, it sounds like a goddamn bicycle. I'm like, how the fuck did they go from that to this?
Oh, let me read this little excerpt. 1954, a toy using the same concept named Musical Chimp was produced by the Japanese company Alps. But then it really hit off in 1972 when the iteration that we currently recognize as the most famous look. Advertisements started appearing for a toy named Jumbo Jolly Chimp or Musical Jolly Chimp. But it was originally released as Naughty Susie in Japan, manufactured by the Kuramochi Company in partnership with Daishin in the United States and Bandai in Japan. Okay. Musical Jolly Chimp was battery operated, so there's no key. You don't turn the key. That was a common myth debunked by our show. It was battery operated, and it would bug its eyes out and screech when hit on the head. The chest was constructed from recycled tin from food packaging.
Those people were living in World War II until like fucking 1995, huh?
You know what? They made K cars though. I think we should.
My fucking neighbor has one. I want it so bad.
We gotta ban those stupid. You know what?
We gotta ban Ford F-150s and only allow people to make fucking K cars.
I saw
what's annoying
Ford
me?
Ford F-150 today with a custom little decal put on it. Above the F-150 badge, it said Trump Edition.
They really
It's the most
my enemy is not American politicians.
It's the American working class.
Like, I am so serious that if we ever want to seriously consider a socialist revolution, there are going to have to be re-education camps on every fucking corner.
We don't have to call them camps. That has a connotation.
We gotta put them in camps,
buddy. I mean the connotation behind it. These people
breaking rocks with a pickaxe.
You really start to understand why Lenin just fucking shot everyone.
But let me just say, I was hopeful that one day America would repeal the chicken tax, which is the reason all of our trucks are so big is that all the car manufacturers aren't allowed to produce small trucks for use in America. So they have to make big trucks, like full size, like cabs.
That's why you can't get a
That's why you can't get the Hilux. The ones that ISIS use.
Yeah, you can't buy that here. Or those little old Nissan pickup trucks, which were
like
also,
the best
like,
trucks in the world, the most durable, most like versatile. You can't have them in America.
But you can get an $80,000 piece of shit.
And now Trump is introducing more tariffs.
Yeah, it's so cool how groceries already went up in my neighborhood.
Oh yeah.
Like today, I had to go to the grocery store on Monday, so I know how much things cost, and then I went in there today, and oh, buddy, we're fucked.
Yeah, man. Aldi's was expensive.
Aldi's?
I went into Aldi's and like shit was kind of just normal price.
Yeah, I think
the folks were caught.
All power to comrade. The acceleration.
The butcher Trump, who works in spite of himself to build the proletarian world revolution.
Yeah, he's actually probably just some bad's gonna happen, everyone. I don't know what, but some bad's gonna happen very soon, probably.
Isn't that what Stephen King really is all about? Just providing comfort in times like this.
Yeah, this is a recession indicator.
It's a recession
that Stephen
indicator.
King movies are back.
Yeah.
They're not getting me though.
They're not getting. Oh, you know what?
I'm
They're
buying
not
in.
like I will not be jailed. Is what I'm saying. There's only
Despite
one
what
way
you just
that
said. The last sentence of the symbol banging monkey toy Wikipedia page says the design has switched companies over time as well as changes to its appearance. And its most recent iteration is Yamani's Curious Symbol-kun. I googled it. It basically is just the same thing. It still looks exactly like that.
Yeah.
But
it's so cool how they're so.
It's actually
fucked up
$64. We could get this.
We could get this guy.
We could buy this.
Or her, not this lady.
Oh, dude, we should get. I bet this thing has like ghosts and shit attached to it.
Why would you say that out loud?
I want to. I've always really.
You wonder why bad shit's following you around all the time.
I've always really wanted like
all the
a
time.
haunted artifact to curse me.
No, you
Why
don't.
would you say that?
I don't know.
I already have. I have those.
But like a haunt. But like, imagine if I can incur a chimpanzee haunting. I've gotten close. I've gotten so close.
You want
but-
like Venom,
cigar.
but as a chimp.
What are you talking about? Aren't they gay in that movie? I don't think you don't want to fuck.
I just watched
the
the third Venom movie the other day with Jaden.
Venom.
That doesn't happen in the movie at all. I hate you.
It's the first movie when Eminem did the song for it.
But God, I really like, I hate Marvel slop. I really like Venom. It's a fun.
Well, that's
fun.
because it's not the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's not the main.
Yeah,
studio.
they're fun. They're still fun.
It's like Sony and shit doing the actual fun ones.
Eddie.
Um,
It's so good. It's just like everything about it is so good, especially like once you like remember
Eddie,
that
it's
he's
not gay to
talking
come
himself.
inside. Trust me.
Yeah, it's funny when you remember he's talking to himself because he's also the voice of Venom. Like he's doing all of it.
Tom Hardy's great.
He's so good. Such a good actor.
Yeah, he's got very beautiful lips.
What?
Did you know that's why they cast him in all the roles where his face is covered is because he has really like feminine lips?
Can we just what?
Mad Max, Bane, Venom. That's why he
here's
gets
the
those
thing.
roles. He's got very beautiful, luscious lips.
They expect one of us in the Wreckage Brother.
Expect one of us in the wreckage.
They expect one of us in the Wreckage Brother.
Dude, woke Bane doing DEI plane crashes.
They expect a white man in the Wreckage Brother.
why did they make Bane white?
Was Bane not white?
Bane would be wearing a Black Girl Magic t-shirt if he could.
Hmm.
Sure.
For sure. I believe this.
But
Dude,
Tom Hardy would also wear that t-shirt.
Tom Hardy definitely owns that t-shirt.
Yeah. I love
Like,
those
he
twink
owns
photos
that
of
t-shirt.
him. The
He's got
MySpace
a weird amount of like twink photos, like a lot.
Well, didn't he say, "Of course, I've had gay sex. I'm in Hollywood," and then like
He said,
immediately
he said
backpedaled?
I'm an actor.
Oh,
An actor, please.
of course
Who
I had
hasn't,
gay
right?
sex. What do you mean?
Everybody's had a little bit of gay sex.
It's
A little bit.
sometimes you have good gay sex, sometimes you have bad gay sex. It's
Mhm.
all sex, baby, all the way down.
They expect someone to fuck you, brother.
Yeah, I'm gonna see.
Pretty big.
I'm gonna see if I can get someone to buy me a the
I
Curious
was
Symbol
waiting to drop
Coon.
that one.
I would really like to have a fucked up, evil, scary monkey in my room
wouldn't.
watching over me. Even better if it's really old and decrepit and haunted. Viewers at home, if you happen to
Do
have,
you never feel a sense of unsteadiness or unsettling?
well, I feel like if I'm very outward about it, it doesn't even they can't do anything about
He's trying to like own the libs this.
I'm owning my demons.
it.
They're
Look, me and
owning
the
you, buddy.
demons-
They're bending you over and fucking you raw.
If possible.
Look, I might as well like make it funny.
And you know what? Speaking of grad students, I know you don't listen to this podcast, but congratulations to my sister for getting into Chapel Hill Grad School this week.
Cool.
Yippee.
Uh,
Second time I've ever heard about your sister
Chapel
ever.
Hill is
Yep.
going to be so evil in the
Yeah,
foreseeable
well, she
future.
is doing
It's getting
the
worse.
right thing, which is avoiding having to find a job during the current economic crisis.
Yeah.
Right, and that's fair.
Fuck finding a job.
Yeah.
I will
'Cause
say,
it ain't gonna be a crazy degree. She's getting a fucking
You know, I
master's
watched
in
another
museum
horror movie
curation.
lately that was about going to college so you didn't have to get a job. I watched a movie
We
called
should all do
Pulse.
The Graduate.
it's called My Life.
It's like a Japanese horror movie. True. There was my life there for a minute too. It gets a lot. It can get a lot of people. You gotta force your way out of it one way or the other. My way
It didn't
was
get me. It
becoming a
didn't get me.
teacher.
I should have done that. I
You
considered
should have
it,
done
and
that.
then I was like, I don't want
Yeah,
to be broke
but
anymore. And then
it's-
instead, I was just broke in a new and fun place.
I'm gonna be honest.
I hate Vermont so much. I miss Utah, man.
That's fucked up. Let me just say,
miss
Greg,
for the
that
warm embrace of Salt Lake
this
City.
is not the. I'm glad I'm getting out now and not just now entering, because, like, the UNC school system in particular, they are known for months in like a full year before Trump was elected, they anticipated his victory and started implementing right-wing policies and right-wing.
We gotta start using them for election prediction, honestly.
Right, but they cut all
they can't
DEI
predict the election. They just go with the fucking flow.
Well, they cut all DEI programs months before Trump was in office.
Well, we have to get the woke out of schools, Austin.
And they also, in response to the Palestine protests, made the chancellor of UNC Chapel Hill a Duke alumni who doesn't believe in public school. And
Duke alumni.
And like did the like woke cleansing and got rid of like everything they could at the school. So
no more.
It's going to be real bad there. They're also cutting
actually
a lot of anthropology programs. So I'm getting the fuck out of there.
My
advisor left. Like, she just left.
I want to backtrack on the joke I just made about getting the woke out of schools, because I read an interesting little think piece the other day about how we're part of the problem.
Right. No, I've said this before.
We can no longer. We shouldn't joke about it anymore, because first off, it was probably never really funny, but also now it's hyper real. And so we should probably, instead of cracking little jokes, treat these things with the seriousness that they require.
True. Yeah, I've said this before. The left needs to stop retreating to academia. We've been doing it for decades.
Well, not only do they retreat to academia, they also retreat to minimizing these events, because there's no other good way to deal with it mentally. We minimize these events and make them into jokes so that we don't have to deal with it. Because we do, at this point, we do need to kind of reckon with the fact that, like, there is no left party in the country.
Yeah, it's all
like the Democrats are a center-right party. We need to. They need to be abandoned. Also, have you guys noticed on Twitter in the last few days, people, like the worst people in DSA, are talking about trying to absorb the CPUSA?
No, I'm not on Twitter like that anymore.
I know you're not.
Are they trying that? That won't work.
Yeah, but they're like, these people need to just join DSA, and then like they can be a North Star. Which, would make them even more annoying.
Okay, but CPUSA is all, like, 70-year-old people who are just going there out of habit, I feel like.
What? Apparently, on paper, they're saying they have 15,000 members.
I've seen CPUSA meetings before. I've seen a group of 15 people around a table at a bar.
Yeah, they have people.
Who are part of CPUSA.
Yeah, they do have people.
I feel like they don't have a presence anywhere. It's just so weird.
No one has a presence anywhere.
No one has a presence. The DSA's presence is like being at the bar.
Yeah, and college campuses.
Fair.
Yeah, and
even are important places, but
they don't do anything there. They don't do anything there. The last time there was useful student organizing in an American university was the SDS, and that was 50 years ago.
The last time there were useful people,
you don't even see flyers anymore.
In college campuses was 50 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the thing, absorb the CPUSA, go ahead, DSA, absorb the CPUSA, absorb the PSL. Why don't you create a goddamn party line? Do something. They don't do anything. Everybody knows anything. Everybody in the DSA, I'm tired of people who have 15,000 Twitter followers being like, we had such a great meeting, a great committee meeting for our caucus in DSA. It was so great. I can't wait for the next meeting. Brother, why don't you take your ass to the shooting range? Stop having meetings.
People, influencers, grifters like Jackson Hinkle are able to leverage their social media clout into actual international connections. Which
it's so crazy how he has many more international connections. The ACP has far more international connections.
Just because of Jackson Hinkle.
Every single union member.
Just because he's willing to say Hezbollah is awesome instead of deliberating about it,
Yeah, well, he's also willing to put, for better or worse, considering how the ACP seems to be doing politics when they do politics. But for better or worse, Jackson Hinkle is also willing to put his money where his mouth is and show up. The motherfucker was in Lebanon last week.
Yeah, for the
For Nasrallah's funeral.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. You can't let him out. You can't let him stunt on you like that.
He put his fucking money where his mouth is, and that's the problem. Like, the DSA doesn't do that because what's the it's the scene from The fucking Office. I feel like James Spader, where they're a bunch of weak-willed, effete liberals. They don't do anything. They're useless. Yeah. Current DSA leadership, Lenin would have shot all of you.
What was I going to say, though? I was going to say something. Then we started talking about the DSA again. I don't know. Basically,
look at my opposition party, dog. The 1,000-Year Reich.
There's just no opposition party.
Yeah.
They held up signs. They held up signs.
They held up the little signs that said, actually,
this
that's
is
false.
not normal.
I saw the cum signs.
I had to just stop myself from screaming something.
Were they not just saying cum? The signs not,
no, there was like...
No, they didn't say cum.
I thought they all just said cum.
Of the, 212 Democrats in, like, the House of Representatives? Man, shout out that one guy who got himself kicked out by doing anything other than holding a sign. He just, like, fucking screamed at Trump until they kicked him out. Honestly, dude, like, why are we not throwing smoke grenades in Parliament? If the Serbs can do it, the Serbs were throwing the grenades in there yesterday. But for real, like, we just, like, look at my opposition party, dog. They're going to vote for the Nuremberg laws.
Yeah, also, the other thing about UNC is, real quick, we'll go back to wrapping up the monkey in a moment. Anyways.
Wrap up my monkey.
So,
just me and my monkey.
UNC is known, like I said, for like complying well in advance. Trump just put out a statement. I guess it's an executive order, maybe. Who knows?
Everything he says is law.
I mean, yeah, basically everything he says just becomes the new law. He said that student protests on campus, that university will lose its federal funding if the students protesting are not deported or expelled.
Oh, the public executive order.
Now, here's the thing. That won't hold up in court, but UNC is going to do it. UNC is going to do it.
But here's my real question. Like, because I'm interested to see what happens, like, tomorrow. Because today, the Supreme Court struck down some of what he could, like, who he could fire and, like, what funding he could withhold.
What are they going to do, rehire them?
well, yes, they're going to have to rehire some of them, but also, like, so part of the money that, like, Trump said we're not spending, like, on USAID, it's for work that had already been completed, right? It was work that's already done, and the vendors need to be paid. And he said no. The Supreme Court said, no, you have to pay for that. But my real question here, and with all of these things is, and nobody seems to be asking this, like, in the liberal media, like, in the media space, what forces him to comply? Like, what if he just said no? I'm not doing it. Like, it's like, because we're already, like, I will say, like, if you're just looking at this from a liberal perspective, we're already, like, well within the constitutional crisis. Like, we're in it. This is what it looks like, because this is the executive branch attempting to exert control.
39 laws. He has 39 felonies against him.
Yeah.
And he's still just the president of the United States.
This is my problem, is, like, okay, so we're already within the constitutional crisis, because he's already attempting to, like, subvert and control the other two branches of government directly.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So we're already in the constitutional crisis. We're in it and nothing's happening about it. So my question is, if he says, no, I'm not doing what the court says, what enforces the law? Like, what actually, the only thing that holds together all democracies, all of them, whether it be this democracy or whether it even be the democracy that existed in the Soviet Union, it held together. Democracies hold together because of societal buy-in by the vast majority. Yeah. But now we're in a situation where it's more of a 50-50 split, where 50% of America is buying in to the norms of a democratic republic, and the other 50% is not. Like, there's no institutional buy-in from them whatsoever. So, like, what really does, like, because every day he comes out with a new executive order. He's doing it, And then so like, what's the rollback? Like, how do you enforce it?
Should have thrown him in a jail cell and put him in jail. The fact that New York did not do that.
New York won't do it because they believe in those institutional norms. And this is the conundrum when you're presented with a constitutional crisis like this. And it's why, quite honestly, like the opposition in these situations never wins.
It's the
like
basic,
they don't win because they're going to keep buying in until there's nothing to buy into anymore. They're going to keep buying in because it's the only thing that that's how you can't convert the liberals because their entire political lens is shaped around, well, everybody must be buying into this, right? Those are bad actors breaking it. It's not that, no, there's a whole other political machine at work for a different system. It doesn't work within your system. It's a different system.
Yeah.
It's attempting to eliminate yours to reign supreme. So yesterday they also, I don't know if there's going to be a 2030 census. The department, oh God, I don't even know. It might be the Department of the Interior. They disbanded the 2030 Census Committee.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
And also, like, I am starting to kind of doubt.
I wonder what atrocities that could cover up.
Yeah.
I'm also kind of starting to doubt that. Well, we didn't already. Like, we don't have free and fair elections in this country. But I'm really starting to doubt the authenticity of any elections going forward, like at all, like in any way. And also mostly because like once those Democrats, like if they do get ousted, like even if it is like a legislative coup where they're like they lost, but only because the election was fraudulent. Like once they're out of office, they don't care anymore. Where's Kamala? Where's Joe? Where the fuck is Bill Clinton?
Joe?
Like, where are the leaders of the parties? Like, they once they're not in office anymore, that's it. They don't care. They're gone. Bye.
The party doesn't have a leader anymore because they all fucking suck.
But even if, but let's think about it. If they did a fraudulent midterm, right? And let's say they do like how Putin does, where he keeps a token opposition in play. So let's say the Democrats keep 100 seats in the House of Representatives, and the Republicans get the remaining 325.
Oh, I'm excited for that one.
The 200 or the 200 some odd Democrats who got kicked out of office, you'll just never hear from again. They just won't do anything because God forbid, they'll never try to make a third party. They'll never try to form an actual opposition party because this party has too much institutional buy-in to the fascists winning. They have to win for the Democrats to have any money.
This is going to be such a slow and agonizing and painful fucking death.
Well, this is
going to be years and years and years of just grinding dullness and twisted cruelty.
I'm surprised he hasn't tried it already because I don't even know if it's possible. And honestly, it seems like it's probably not possible to do it this way, or he probably would have done it. But this motherfucker, there's a good chance we like leave the UN and leave NATO. And now, while NATO is an institutional force for evil, kind of the only thing that holds the global system together, though. So, while I don't agree with NATO at all, in practice or in theory, us just unilaterally leaving it sets us up for a few other things, namely Donald Trump's seeming desire to do neo-colonial adventures around the world, including but not limited to attacking the sovereign territory of fucking Denmark.
You know, this is like in the end, this is good though.
Chinese century.
Like
it's ready to learn Chinese, buddy.
It's gonna be finally like American Empire is dead.
Yeah,
finally we are going. Finally, we can just take a breath and be like, "Thank God."
You know what's crazy?
It's over.
Maoist third worldism is the glass half full optimist position right now. That's where we're at.
It's
Thank
so
God.
Crazy to me. It is so crazy to me. Like, and then we're gonna persist, right? Like, we don't have a lot of. None of our neighbors have either like the resources, industrial capacity, or population to like piecemeal us out, like how Rome fell apart, or even how like Great Britain fell apart, like when the empire collapsed, people left. Like, we don't have that. So we're gonna persist like a hermit Byzantium for like who knows how fucking long as this fucking shell of a state run by people who only extract, right? We're gonna destroy our natural. Shit's allowed in the water again, everyone.
They're
Shit's allowed in the water, and Utah banned fluoride in their water systems last week.
Oh, that's cool.
But like,
but Steak and Shake brought back tallow fries, dude.
all we can really do, like, truly, Maoist third worldism is probably the optimistic fucking path. And second, you have to unironically and truly hope for American balkanization.
We need neo-Confederates. I don't think the Confederacy's alive. I think the South gets swallowed up by something bigger.
I think the anarchists finally get to do Cascadia separatism.
I hate that. But I think if the Confederacy, in air quotes, came back, it would not include North Carolina.
Yeah,
North Carolina is far more liberal than any of the other southern states. And that includes Georgia.
I don't even know if any Confederacy could be revived.
I think it could. I think in the spirit of what the Confederacy was, which was a slaveocracy.
Does anyone notice we're not talking about the monkey anymore?
I don't care,
but I do think the southern states would probably band together because of all of the regions of the United States, like especially the Deep South, like everything from like Florida up and around Texas, they do share between their borders the most probably cultural similarity. Like the only other region comparable to that would be like New England in the cultural similarity of the area across state lines. But like North Carolina, like it's the South, but that's the Mid-Atlantic. It's not it's not the South in the same way.
Exactly.
Same goes for like the West Coast. Like
I think we should wrap up here before it's before we get too carried away. Though
we're so fucked. Anyway, we're fucked. Subscribe to our Patreon.
Take all your savings out of the bank and put it in Patreon and wine and beer and chips.
Start buying Argentine pesos, everyone. It's the Iraqi dinar of our time.
Exactly.
Yeah,
you
for
can
sure.
learn Chinese.
I expect to be seeing some Patreon monthly payments in Argentinian peso in the coming weeks.
I expect your $5 a month payment to come through as 15,000 Argentine pesos.
If you like the scary doom and gloom of the latter half of the episode, then subscribe to our Patreon because that's what we did for our most recent bonus episode. But if you like the goofy movie review part, also subscribe to our Patreon because we also usually do that. But just to wrap things up, not a good movie, but a really funny movie, and maybe that makes it a good movie.
Watching it the second time while sober did reveal to me like, oh yeah, that was just an okay movie.
Yeah, it's just an okay movie. If any viewers have some sort of horrifically cursed primate artifact, please call us. Please send it to me. I will give you my mailing address. Just send it to me. No questions asked. If you have a really scary,
you're not keeping that in the house.
If you have a really scary symbol chimp that you'd like to send me that's been like rotting in someone's garage for a couple decades, send that to me as well.
I will burn it like they did. I will do a ritual cleansing on that.
I'm gonna hide it.
Do not invite the shit.
Don't worry, Chandler's not even gonna know I have it. I check the mail more often. I got you. Send that to me.
You're a bad person, Bob. Also, 10 years ago, $1 was 4 Argentine pesos. Do you know how much an Argentine peso is to $1 today?
It's like 2 billion.
1,063.
Oh my god!
I don't even know what that inflation percentage is, but like their money.
Is Argentina the world's first fourth world country?
Well, America is the second.
Yeah, we're about to become the first fifth world country.
I can't wait to reindustrialize.
Like, do they know what reindustrialization means? Why are they excited for that?
I'm really like, I'm disgusted with people in the DSA who are like, this will be a great opportunity to build industrial unionism. How about you all kill yourselves, okay? Because none of you are going to get the job in there. None of you want to do it. You know who is going to do it?
The white settler cracker working class.
Mexican immigrants, because the second they reindustrialize, they're going to go, uh-oh, wait a minute. We need cheap labor.
But like, it's so important. It's like critical to have, for these systems that exist currently, to have immigrant labor forces, massive immigrant labor forces.
I will say I've been actually starting to apply for jobs in earnest now, and union zookeeper jobs actually paying pretty decently. All non-unionized zookeeper jobs.
Throw me a number. How much are the union ones paying? Say
like
a number.
$27 an hour. That's like not bad.
Good.
For the animal care field, not bad at all.
Stop qualifying it. That's not good.
It's good for
$58,000 a year.
The Baltimore Zoo pays $18 an hour, and the North Carolina Zoo pays probably under $15 an hour.
How do you know this? Have you called anybody at the North Carolina Zoo to fucking ask?
They sent a job offer to me for $15 an hour to be a research coordinator.
That's because research coordinators are a made-up job.
Well, maybe. I don't know. But still.
What were you going to research?
They have a research program there. It's one of the biggest, best zoos in the damn
They're going to put you in there and be like, well, maybe they were going to pay $15 an hour, but you were going to like live in, Kenya. So where that goes forever.
No, it's in North Carolina. And the ones that pay you to go to like Kenya are like maybe $200 a month if you get any money besides just housing. And like a food stipend. Those ones are even worse.
We live in a nightmare reality.
Yeah, no. So Ed's friend Logan talked about applying for a job at the Carolina Raptor Center, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we don't pay you. We just give you stipends. We give you stipends.
They pay you an experience?
No, like you live on site, and they give you like an allowance for food
at the fucking Raptor Center, man. It's not that nice. I've been there. It seems like it'd be dumb.
It's
like the Raptor
crazy.
Center. For those of you who don't know what the Carolina Raptor Center is, let me give you a brief overview. Imagine all the zoos we've ever talked about that aren't real zoos, but this one's about birds. And it's a series. It's in the middle of the fucking woods, and it's just like a series
Tiger
of
World
large
is hiring
cages.
Someone for $38,000 a year.
You got
to
fucking
live.
labor violated, dude. You live in a company town.
No, Tiger World up in China Grove is hiring someone for I think $38,000 a year. And you have to live on site.
I always forget that China Grove exists. What a crazy name for a town in North Carolina.
It is kind of funny. But there's no good paying jobs.
I'm not done with the Raptor Center. They built a bunch of nets around the trees in the woods. Into these enclosures, they just simply released any bird that could have ever been classified as a raptor. So it's a bunch of flesh-eating fucking birds that you can barely see. Like, I don't even know what the fucking point is. And then they have like a little inside where they've got canaries and like a couple of like exhibits. So like it's Tiger World. It's the Lazy Five Ranch, but for birds. It's fucked up. And I think it gets state funding.
Well, because I think they do. All these places have started doing like research stuff, I think. But the future's not looking bright for anyone but me.
Does this country make anything? Do we make anything here?
No.
That's why we need to reindustrialize.
That's why we're
You're not listening.
But
we're just the ideas guy for the whole world.
But like a union zookeeping job would keep me afloat. So if anyone wants to,
I'm just imagining your Polish zookeeper union boss. He's Polish in this fantasy.
Right.
So and you can call it his kielbasa.
Well, no, and at night, like he sleeps in the cage with the bears. He's like, I go to bed now.
Whenever a light bulb goes out in the zoo, he starts like freaking the fuck out.
Light bulb goes out in the zoo. He's calling everybody in Poland.
He's calling his 10 cousins to come here.
He's on the phone speaking backwards at everybody, and nobody can help him.
Okay. No. We not too much on zoo jobs. I'm trying to get one, but also any other job. Anything that I'm qualified for.
It's been a real bitch. I've been looking since Thanksgiving.
It's not, dude. It's not good. I think most of these just aren't real job postings. I think they're just putting them up there for fun.
I let an AI look for jobs for me now, which is fucked up that I have to buy into these things. But like, I don't have time.
And it's not even working that well.
To scroll job postings all day, every fucking day.
It's time like zoos, like they make you like upload your resume and then type out like a whole fucking
every fucking job is like that. You got to type it all fucking out again. You got to give them a cover letter. Thank God, like this little AI man, I pay $12 a week. It fucking does it for me. Does the whole goddamn thing. I can review every application. I know you don't have $12 a week. When I get this job, which I think I'm going to get next week, I'll give you the $12. You do it. Your turn.
You know what? Yeah, let me log into that AI account, brother.
Because, oh my fucking God. I lost out on the really good job. I didn't get that because They hired somebody with more experience than me, which is fine for feedback. Like, I'm happy that, like, she was like, I want you to know that you didn't do anything wrong. She was like, we just took somebody with more experience. I'm like, oh.
Watch that guy be a fucking serial killer.
Yeah, but now this other job, they definitely want me. They want me real bad. So
Yeah.
I'll do well in my final. I think I'll get an offer. And then what's more annoying is at my current job, I became important this week. So I'm going to feel kind of bad about like dipping out. They're making everybody move cubicles so I can sit in a better spot. And I'm like, like they told me today. And I went, oh, in my mind, I'm like, oh, fuck. There's a good chance in like 2 weeks I just quit.
Yeah, and you can't tell them that because then they're going to fire you.
Yeah, you can't be like, maybe we shouldn't move me, because they're going to be like, why? And I'm be like, well,
But you know what? You can go ahead and pre-pack. You can pre-pack. Get everything ready for when
I might just take some of my shit home instead of putting it back up on the wall.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Thanks everyone for weathering this storm with your good friends at Gorilla Radio Show.
Thanks so much. Go to a range. Learn some.
Bye-bye.
You can make a doomsday prep shelter or something.
I may be a white boy, but I'm not stupid.